So much better. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm driving a new Infiniti QX60, a completely new vehicle from Infiniti. Oh, I need to slow down a little bit. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. This is the best Infiniti SUV I've driven ever. I'm gonna say ever. And I have been, at times, a pretty harsh critic of Infiniti. I felt like their designs were kind of boring. The interior was kind of a mess. I just didn't understand what they were trying to do. And this, I completely understand what they're trying to do, and big fan of it. We just took a road trip up South Dakota this weekend. I put, what do we have, 6-7 hours behind the wheel, up there and back. I'm driving around town. I have just found so many things I like about this vehicle. Let's go ahead and talk about them. So I'm going to kind of cut through the typical review. I'm not going to show you all the details. I'm going to talk to you about the stuff that I like, and a couple things that, well, there's always Timisms. I mean, come on, there's always things I find. So let's go ahead and start with the exterior. I'll pull over here in a minute and walk out of the exterior, and then I'm going to show you some video on the QX50, and I'm going to share with you why I think this is so much better and a few key details. Let's check out the exterior of this Infiniti QX60. As we can see, we have some changes in the front here. Well, might have hit a few tumbleweeds on the way home there today. All right, there we go. We have I have these lights, and so I'll show you the QX50 in a minute. I like the way the lights work. I like the way the vents work. I like the way they've done this. They have Infinitis down below. This design here I like a little bit better, the way the grille is done there. And just a little bit touch of chrome there in the bottom. You have a little touch of chrome there, and then you get along the sides. I like how blacked out it is. It definitely looks like a Range Rover a little bit S to me. It slopes down nice, and I'll show you some of that chrome there. I have some good sized tires here. These are 20s, right? Again, a little chrome, a little Infiniti on the side. I kind of like that. Usually not a fan of that. This is all blacked out on top, which looks pretty good. The two-tone here. This is warm titanium with black is the colors. We have the easy access, unlock, as long as you keep your key in your pocket, get in and out. And then we have a little bit of a chrome interesting thing here. They kind of did a little design there, which I kind of like. And then it wraps up the back. Nice clean exterior look. Come around the sides. And again, a little dirty, but nice exterior. Again, a little bit of chrome. Wasn't a big fan of that, but I do like it because it matches the chrome on the front. It kind of just works together. And then we have the tow hitch. I don't know why that's so hard to find in vehicles these days. It's not just for towing, bike rack, cargo carrier. It's just, why build an SUV out without a hitch? Makes no sense. No button here. Okay, as we get into this third row, you can see I've had some stuff in here. Golf clubs do fit across. I didn't bring mine today because it's really cold. It's really cold today. That's why I'm talking a little fast. It's a little cold. I do have some down buttons for these seats, but also have some manual. What's nice is this drops the headrest, so these seats can go down. When you fold these down, you got a good amount of space back there. So big fan of that space back there. Let's check out the second row. My kids, we did a family trip, and they were balling back here. I mean, balling like they had the seats reclined. So they were enjoying it back here. So they found it was great because they had power for their devices, heated seats. They had their own controls for the heating and cooling. These seats slide and recline as you recline, as you noticed, right? And then there's a cool little spot here. This works out great for trash, and then this works out good for their water bottles. The only thing I noticed is that if you put a bottle here, this does rattle a little bit. Maybe a few more bolts there. Would be nice if it didn't rattle. If I hit some dirt roads and some like washboards, or I hit some I don't know, different things on the road, I would hear it would rattle. So maybe a little more bolt there, not a big deal. I really like this. I want to talk more about this in a minute. The styling here. Let's go ahead and hop in front so I can warm up. We have power adjustable seats. Again, I like this material here too. Double stitching everywhere. Double stitching just looks really good. Really sharp looking seat. And then I have the window controls here, all that kind of stuff there, and massage button. That's the best. We'll get more about that. But okay. Holy cow. 27 degrees this morning and really cold. So there is your dash, and here's a new center stack. This just looks really good. Plus I'll show it over here. I have a little bit of cargo area here because I have shift by wire. I don't have a rod going down transmission. A unique shifter, liking that a lot. Like the wireless charger. I like this. This conversation happened quite a bit online. These buttons, they give you feedback when you hit them. And there's a conversation whether people like those or not. And here's the deal. So as you're driving, right? So driving around, I reach over and press that button. I can feel that I hit the button. I can feel like I get the response back, so I don't have to worry about looking over so much. So it's less distracted driving. So I'm a big fan of that. This is the material I was talking about. You have this quilted material here and this nice like graphite material there. It goes all the way around. And I just think that this interior, again, compared to what they've done in the past, is so much better. So now you're probably thinking about seat comfort, because why don't people talk about this? Long road trips, you don't want your butt to hurt. I tell you, they hurt in some brands, not this one. Nissan does a great job in seats. Infiniti is the parent company, amazing job in seats. We drove 7 hours this weekend and had no problems comfort. Comfort was really nice in this vehicle. So big fan of the seats, always big fan of seats. If you're looking for the best place to rest your butt, this is where it's at. So over here, I want to talk about a couple things. We have the dash layout there. One of the things I found a little disappointing was when you hit the drive mode button. In some brands, when you hit this drive mode button, it'll change the tachometer, it'll change the screen behind, you get some cool graphics. And I don't have that. So that was a little bit of a letdown. Also, they have the Nissan 360, which is here, which if you press down, you can see where it has forward alert, blind spot, and then lane departure's off. And the reason for that is I just don't like lane departure. I've never been a fan of it. Especially the roads we have here where you can see they don't always paint the lines exactly where they need perfect, and they kind of run out of lines. And then, you know, a lot of times if I'm out here in the country, if there's a tractor on the side of the road, whatever, you want to move over, if you don't do your blinker, it'll vibrate at you. And then sometimes I'll do a corner and maybe I'm focusing on making the corner, and if I slide a little bit of lane, it jars me because it wants me to bit in the lane. And my frustration here is we actually look up the manual on this to turn it off, because there is no separate button for that. Which, even though I have some blinks over here, I don't have another button. You have to go into the menu, you go over to driver assistance, or was it home, settings, there it is, settings. And then you go into driver assistance, and you can change like a heads up display up there, and you can change stuff like that. And then you can turn lane assist, you can turn it on. And you can do warning or intervention, where it'll warn you or it'll move you back in lane. Now, my concern with that is, like, let's say my wife likes to have it on, I like to have it off. Because I don't have a button, I have to go in the settings each time to turn it off. I would like to see them do a couple things, kind of software things. You know, first talk about drive mode, be cool to get some graphics there. Also maybe some driver profiles, right? So like, if I had a driver profile and I hit my set button for my seats, and like L1 would do it would do the seat and steering wheel, plus it would put me in the sport mode, turn on my steering wheel, heated steering wheel, or turn on and off lane assist. So I think that'd be a great feature. Nothing they have to change, just a software feature. So a little bit more software feature in there would make a big difference in that. But like I said, let's get on driving and do some driving impressions, and I'll tell you more about that. Oh, and the radio rocks. I've been using the radio quite a bit. And I want to mention one more thing. As this truck goes by, you can see I have the camera back there, right? And the reason I've been using that, as you can see, you have the third row, you can't see so a lot of this. Plus, I feel like this isn't so sharp with the mirror. Every once in a while, a vehicle will be behind me and I feel like it's vibrating. That just looks so much better. It's much better to me. Oh, look at the geese flying this morning. Holy cow. All right, there you go. There's your 2 seconds of Western Nebraska and the interior and exterior of the Infiniti QX60. Okay, there you go. There's the exterior and interior things I like. And it's pretty obvious, right? The interior is so much better. There's so many improvements there. I think the exterior really does work well. It's got a really cool look to it. I think they've done a great job there. Now, on the open road, I have the 3.5 liter V6 engine, 295 horsepower, excuse me. Not giving away those 5, and 270 foot-pounds of torque. Made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. This is the new transmission they're using throughout their lineup, except for, I think, the Armada. It's kind of a weird thing. But I think this 9-speed is perfect. I feel like this powertrain is well balanced. I remember I got a news flash about Motor Trend, said this needed a new engine, that deserves a new engine. I couldn't disagree with more. I think this is just plenty of power. It's great on demand as far as when I put my foot into it. I have different drive modes, like I showed you. kind of weird. It's not changes in the dial, but I have different drive modes, and I'm averaging about 24 miles per gallon. And a 3-row SUV, which I feel like is pretty good. You know, it's pretty quiet behind the wheel. It's, you know, people talk about how quiet electric cars are. This vehicle at speed is probably just as quiet as your Teslas. I really don't hear anything. I'm going to tell you the biggest thing I get from this vehicle is from the visibility. Like, look how much headroom I have. And I mean, I'm sitting up a little bit in the seat too. I think the seat goes down. Does it go down? Nope, that's as low as it goes. The seat can go higher. And I mean, I can get even more. I can get even higher in the seat, and I still got headroom. I mean, this is crazy. I feel like when I'm sitting in this, I feel like I don't know, I'm in a big truck. That's what I think about when I'm in a full-size truck, where you sit down a little bit, you have plenty of headroom, plenty of visibility. I have big windows. I have the little A-pillar on the side, so that's the first pillar there, is not overly big for me, and I feel like the seat's fully adjustable. And then, you know, on those long road trips, hit that massage button, and yeah, gets rid of some of those knots in your shoulders. Kind of nice little feature there. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that as far as overall. I just think that while I do have my timidisms, while there's some opportunity, I think, to change a few things, I just find this thing, well, really, really good. And so I think if you're in the market and you haven't looked for Infiniti for a while, like, because they haven't been good for a while, this is a second look. This is definitely a vehicle you want to go check out at your dealer, or check out, you know, online, build your price, all that kind of stuff, because, well, it's just damn good. So that's my thoughts on the Infiniti QX60. For more, check the video out over here. Website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.